Yeah. Woo! It has been a long week, people. Tonight we are going to laugh, right?
Yep.
But we are Backwoods Brothers, and we want to thank our, and I'm going to introduce you in a second, don't worry. But we want to say hi out there. I'm Tony, and
I'm Joel.
And we want to give you an opportunity to just celebrate yourselves. Thank you for sticking in with us through the thick and the thin, and it's getting thicker, and it's getting more thicker, and it's going to get more thicker.
Yeah, it's like freaking pudding out there.
Seriously. And not only are we a local station, Estacada.
Whoa,
shout out.
Estacada.
We are also in Texas. We're also in Florida. So all you Alaska. We're in Alaska now?
Yeah, we had people watching in Alaska.
What?
Yeah, we had some Alaskans, some Texians, some Floridians. It's actually Floridian. Isn't that like the
Floridians?
Isn't that thing you like get on your teeth or something?
It's like fluoride.
We've had a couple throughout the Midwest hit us as well.
Yeah, so we are not just in Estacada. We're all over, and we want to talk about things that are happening all over the place. There's nothing going on these days, is there?
Oh no, it's really boring out there. There ain't something special going on. You know, like we didn't just see Russia, Ukraine doing some stupid shit.
Yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about that tonight. Don't forget, I haven't heard anything about the convoy, so I'm gonna tell you what I know. I guess tonight and we can fill in the blanks because audience is gonna participate.
I'm just noticing we had the word pick in there, and I did not put a pick in there.
You did not put a pick in there. Great. Did you guys see the thumbnail? That was awesome. If you love a thumbnail, give us a thumbs up. But make sure that you're interacting with us. This is an interactive show. If you want your stuff to be read, then you have to put it online here, okay? So glad you're here. Exactamundo. Hey, man, we're sitting right now inside of a man cave. This man cave is awesome, right?
Yes.
Right? Can you talk to us a little bit about the man cave? Just fill some people in that might be new to us.
We got behind us here, we got a sign that says Home Sweet Home.
Yeah.
We've got the honor shelf.
The honor shelf, Raise Up for the Fallen.
Raise Up for the Fallen, which has like our Constitution on it. Yep. It has the 13 beers, raising one up for the fallen in Afghanistan.
We have one extra.
Yep, for law enforcement up there, for all fallen law enforcement. We've got a very special. And the word, the Constitution rests on the Word of God.
You guys, speaking of that, I tried to put the Constitution back where it belongs because Joel is very particular about
I don't know
his
what you're
Constitution.
Talking about. What are you talking about?
He acts like you don't know what I'm talking about. Anybody that knows him, raise your hand. You know it. You know he's particular, right, sis? Okay. Right?
Yep. Perfect.
Okay.
Yep. And then we had this was given to us from one of our viewers. Thank you very much. You know who you are.
Yes.
Also by the same person, they custom made the sign for us as well. BWV.
So, kind of what you're doing is what I did with you last night. We did a recording from the man cave. I'm so proud of the man cave. We watched Biden's, I almost said inaugural, exit speech.
I wish.
We watched Biden's
State of the Union.
State of the Union lie. And I want to tell you about the State of the Union.
I literally saw his nose growing.
Well, I think he took a page out of Trump's book. Because everything he said was what Trump did. But actually, they didn't because Pelosi tore it up last time. Remember? She tore that page up of Trump's when he was giving his speech, only to revive it through Biden. It's kind of interesting.
You know, I almost feel like they just, like they took Biden's face and put it over top of Trump for some of it.
Oh, he forgot that he defunded the police.
Don't forget our ego here.
Ego.
And you got George above you and Horny Bastard above me, which you can't really see too well.
Yes. So since we have about 70% men, I want to speak to you men. Every man needs a man cave. Can I get an amen? Every man needs a man cave.
Every woman needs their man to have a man cave so they can get rid of their ass.
Oh, you said that because your wife is here. Yeah, you said it because your wife's here. He wants another day in his house. But let me tell you something. The term man cave it's a metaphor, but it's been taken to mean a place where men can hang out together and they're friends, and it's a place where a man can decorate his man cave and not upset the women folk. Okay, because we like certain things in our man cave. So I encourage each member of you, if you have a space, man, to just get away and decompress. I'm talking as a counselor. If you need to decompress, get that big screen TV, get that surround sound, get anything you want to get in your man cave. Convince your wife that you're going to be a better husband, better whatever because of it, and she will go for it. Okay,
we are going to get about 1,000 emails from all the wives going, what did you tell my husband to do?
Speaking of that, as a matter of fact, this would be Joel's. You can bring that back up. Yeah, this would be Joel's man cave if he had his choice.
I'm working that way. I've got about half that amount of screens right now.
Yes. Can anybody guess what mine would be? It would be a music room. And there it is. There's a music room. So that would be totally mine. That would be my dream man cave. Actually, if you do have man caves that you already have, post them on our Backwoods Brothers page. We want to see them. Okay? I don't know if there's a competition with that. I'm not going to say. But go ahead and post your man cave if you have one. I know someone that does have a man cave because I received a little
license plate.
A license plate from him. So I want to thank him online. Thank you, brother. Okay.
Awesome. Let's see. No, I call the state of the lying Biden union.
The state of the lying.
He's a liar, like Treehouse said. Yes, he is. Thank you.
Okay. Did anybody watch the post that we? What was the post that we posted last night?
It was live, but we were watching from Treehouse. I think it was
Treehouse.
Treehouse.
All I have to say is take a drink. Take a drink. I love that.
Here's you, Treehouse.
Yes, if you watched it, I want you to watch it because it is amazing. Every time, guys, it was the ultimate drinking game. Every time Biden lied, she took a drink. I think she was drunk.
She was drunk by about 10 minutes into the speech.
But the cool thing is, she just didn't drink. What she did was she basically rebutted, giving truth on top of his lies, and then she took a drink.
Yes,
so
exactly.
It had a purpose for her drinking.
The fun part was watching our reaction because we were reacting not only to her but also his crap too.
Oh, his crap! Oh, my crap! You know what? That is the ridiculous.
He spent like how about half of it on just talk about Russia and Ukraine.
You know what? Why would you call? Look, listen. You just called a black man and what he said crap. You know what? What the ridiculous. As a matter of fact, I think we have some breaking news.
Oh, yes, we do.
I think we have some breaking news up in here. Where's that breaking news thing? Where's that breaking news sign right there? That is okay.
She's looking for it.
Breaking news.
It's not on the front page.
Otherwise known as breaking wind. That is okay. That is okay. Brother, you know, everything is being called racist these days, right?
Really?
Yeah, you didn't know that, did you?
No,
what planet are you on?
I'm in my world.
Okay.
I'm in my man cave.
Every man cave might be racist too.
Probably.
But everything is racist there.
There it is.
There you go. Breaking news. Hey guys, news report. Everything is racist. Everything is racist. And so I want to set you up really fast because I need to hurry up about this. But I read a crazy article about racist trees. And I have to recoil and laugh because if we keep on using everything as something being racist, that word will lose its meaning if it hasn't lost it already. So, you know, we could err in the ridiculous, and for the next 5 or 6 weeks, I'm finding ridiculous things. And I found something that actually Joel might have something to do with, but what did I find online?
You found something about racist trees. Basically, they're claiming that some trees between golf course and a housing area is racist over in Florida.
Over in Florida?
No, I'm sorry, California. Yeah, it was Palm Beach?
Yeah, Palm Beach, California.
Yeah.
But Governor Moon actually had them take those trees down because it was obstructing the view and other things.
You know what? After I looked at everything on there, I don't think it's racist trees.
Uh-huh. Have you talked to any trees? Because we know you talk to bears.
You know what? Have you ever seen a talking tree?
No, but if they're racist, they have to have some sort of indication that they're racist, right?
Well, you know what we did do is I wanted to see if the trees would talk.
Okay.
So I went and actually set up a camera in front of some trees.
He's still crazy.
I just set it there, and I just left and went home.
You went home.
And when I came back, this is what I found.
Okay, watch this.
Hey, Maple.
Hey, Douglas.
Have you heard about that shit over in Palm Springs?
Nah. What shit they stirring up?
Apparently, they managed to find them some racist trees.
I ain't never heard of no racist tree before.
Yeah, not really sure how a tree can be racist. I mean, we ain't doing much.
Well, maybe they mean that they are racist against other trees. Like red oak against blue oak.
Well, that don't make much sense since they all from the same oak family.
Well, maybe they are growing or leaning in one direction.
Well, that really don't make it a racist act. No more than my lack of thick trunks. I like thick trunks and I cannot lie.
Yeah, I hear you there.
Well, maybe it's because they create a mess every year.
I don't see how that might be racist. If they dropping leaves, they're making everyone's day shitty. The wind does the rest.
Or maybe the wind is racist.
Yeah, the wind may be racist, but we are trees. We don't give a shit about anything equally.
Well, maybe it's our roots. Maybe they are rooted in the wrong place.
Well, we just spread our roots around the composition of the soil, so it's really based upon the ground around us.
Aha! The ground must be racist.
Well, maybe. But what about our bark? Maybe that's the issue.
Nah, I think that's barking up the wrong tree. Though, it could be how we branch out. We always messing with shit.
Yeah, I had a grand old time the other day with the power. I would smack the line to turn it off, they'd come out and fix it, and just when they were gone, I would smack it again. It was like playing fetch.
Yeah, but that's more about where they put the lines and other shit. We just growing like anything else.
Well, they're not really sure what the hell makes a racist tree.
Me neither. Well, I guess there ain't much we can do about it.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Guess all we can do is do what we do best and make like a tree.
And leave?
Nah, you make like a tree and shut the fuck up.
Well, there you go, right?
Yeah.
Talking trees. Hey, you guys, you can catch the talking bear and the talking trees segregated from the show on its own video soon. Okay, the bear video from last week got so many more hits than our show, which is really funny. That's pretty sad. When you
They're more interested in the bear than us.
Hey, with all the shit going on right now, I would look at a bear and go, too. I think we talk to bears all the time. But no, there you go. And let me bring some context to the story. I'm just going to read a little bit. It says Palm Trees, California says it will remove that row of trees that divide a neighborhood and a golf course after residents complain that the trees invoked, feelings of segregation and discrimination. And then the mayor says, truly I believe that there were some say, not the mayor, some say, I truly believe that they were planted to segregate the black neighborhood, which we're talking about, from the rest of the community over there. And it shouldn't stand anymore. Resident Kathy Fox told the paper that it should be removed. Then the mayor said that he will definitely make sure those trees get removed.
Well, yeah. When I was looking it up earlier and kind of getting a little more acquainted with the story and kind of seeing what they did with it, if you look at all the rest of the area, there's none of those trees were actually there.
Right.
Except for the ones that they had between that one area. So, I mean, there may have been a time when it first came in that they planted them because of that reason.
Before you get there, though, you had a point, though, bro.
Yeah, I'm about to get to that.
You had a point, though, before that.
About it not being racial now.
No, not that. You had a point before that when we were talking about this, that the trees may have been planted to keep golf balls from going into people's windows.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
was, I thought, a really good
It is, and you'll find a lot of trees in the backyards of people who have golf. My grandma, before she passed, lived on a golf course.
Right.
And she had a bunch of trees in there, but she also had open area too.
Right.
And she's got a couple golf balls that hit her windows and took things out and all that type of stuff.
Absolutely. So I want trees to cover that up.
And that was my first take when you first told me about the story, and then when I looked it up, I came up with a different opinion on it.
It was very interesting what your opinion was, actually.
Yeah, and that's just because when I looked at it on the map, it's a pretty large golf course.
Right.
And so you can see none of the other areas have those type of trees, and only that one section where that neighborhood was there. So my first thought is maybe they had it as as something along the lines of it may have been a racist thing for the first little bit, but over time the racist piece shifted off and it became more of a socioeconomic type of barrier there, because if you look at all the other houses, they're pretty damn nice, and that area there has some pretty crappy houses in it.
But could it have just been because they were crappy houses?
It could have been because they're crappy. But if you look at the way that they're kept too and things like that, and some of the close-up photos, it's a different social set of people. But that's fine. That's their choice. But and with that being removed and once it's cleaned up and everything, it could potentially raise those prices and they could either, maybe use the equity to fix the house, and there's a lot of things that could happen there. But I think it became a barrier after a while to segregate to basically
Black
keep
neighborhood from
not black neighborhood.
okay.
At first, that may have been the thing when you actually look back at the historical perspective.
Right.
But I think very quickly, because most of the people that were bitching about it being racist were white. Most people, half the people living there are white. So it can't be a segregation of a black neighborhood if a whole bunch of white people live there too, right? So I think it became an economical barrier there. Basically means that whole area, they don't have a nice house, not as nice house. Their houses are not as nice. People in that area, I think, are pretty stuck up sometimes. Not saying everybody, but probably a lot of people tend to be that way. And so they're probably they didn't want to look at them.
Okay.
And so as far as a racist thing, I think that was stupid.
Right.
If they would have made an argument if they would have made a social discrimination or an economic discrimination, something like that, then I'd understand that one, but I can't get behind the racist piece. So that's just stupid.
That's putting apples in one basket when you brought up at least 3 other reasons why.
Which makes a lot more sense today. To keeping it there over the last, I'd say, I'll give you 15 years. It's been for 30, 40 years.
Yes.
Even the last 15, 20 years, I would say that that's at least the reason why.
Because racism is a man-made construct. I think that we have bigotry. Mm-hmm. I think that we have preference. I think we have those things. But to make and brand everything a race or racist issue is, and I'll end it here, ridiculous.
It is absolutely ridiculous. So, let's see. We have quite a few comments in here. So we're going to get to those comments in just a minute. But, nothing says, Backwoods Brothers or Pop or anything else like a solid standard sticker that not only holds up under excruciating temperatures and beating it with water and
through
dishwasher. That's always look a little pale. Trying to say. But
I think Whitney's signs made me look blacker.
Their stickers have gone through hell and they are staying on there and they're staying solid.
Like a glove.
I've washed the thing probably 100 times.
Yeah.
But the Whitney Science makes really good solid products.
Yes.
So let's just go and take a quick look at one of our sponsors.
Why don't we?
Beep beep.
Beep beep.
I just beeping myself at the end of that. I always love the beep beep at the end of it.
We got to give our Mayor Sean a shout out.
Mayor Sean, shout out.
Shout out to you. We love you.
Oh, yes.
And Mary.
I absolutely love them. They are just amazing people, and they do so much for this community that no one sees.
Yep.
So, unlike some other people in the community.
Oh, you know what? Can I, real fast, before we get to the audience comments? Hey, guys, I've been called many things. You've been probably called many things in our community, but I've never been called a pig before. Have you been called a pig before?
Well, by my wife.
Oh, yeah. You've been called a pig by your wife.
Yeah.
I've never been called a pig by my... Oink, oink. I've never been called a pig by my wife, but I've been called pigs by a lot worse people.
By much worse people.
Much worse people. But which brings that to actually tomorrow night, you're wanting to watch and tune in to Brandy's Campfire Discussion Show because we're going to spend some time. I'm going to be her special guest, and I'm going to spend some time in the pig pen doing some crazy, C-R-A-Z-Y, crazy
pig pen style things.
Pig pen style things. I will not tell you. You're going to have to watch.
All I have to say is oink, oink, motherfucker.
Oink, oink, motherfucker.
All right. By the way, comment. LOL. No man caves and she sheds. What?
What?
Man cave, man. You know, I actually one of these days when
I see that.
when I buy a house, I'm gonna freaking find one with a big stone area in it. I'm gonna make an actual cave.
Yes. Look, after 14 months of open borders, now he cares about border security. The lies keep coming. Yes.
Does the lies and bravery slash heroism coming out of the Ukraine that are found to be lies bother anyone else? Okay, what? Does the lies and bravery coming out of Ukraine that are found to be lies bother anyone else?
Yeah.
You know, I've seen some things on there, and I haven't seen the context fully of it. Like, there was a video someone sent me of it looked like they were like faking injuries and things or something like that.
Yes.
And I don't know if it was Russia or Ukraine or what. So, hey, maybe they can give us some more context on what that is or something.
Well, I did hear coming out is that there, and I think even Biden said it last night. They were lying in front of people were lying in front of trucks and.
I have heard some things about how Russian soldiers are actually being tricked and sending down to the front, and they didn't really know what they would be sent there for.
Yeah,
and that's what they're saying. I've read a whole bunch of news articles on that. I don't know. I haven't got a chance to do deep dive on it to see how much of it is actually bullshit and what's actually real. So.
Well, and there's a lot. I even talked to you about one. There was a lot of stuff coming out of Ukraine, and one of them were I don't know if it's true or not, but there was an article and several articles that talked about Nigerians and Africans.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about this.
Yeah, that were kind of the last to be dismissed or leave, or to the last ones to leave. So there's a lot of left wing channels really capitalizing off of what appears to be classism, racism, whatever you mean.
It's racism. I believe it is. I mean, when you're specific, this is what racism really is. And I believe there is racism in the world, and I believe that it's much more prevalent outside the U.S.
As we discussed, because here, we're a lot more, and I'm going to use this word, don't get it mixed up, progressive.
Yeah.
In other words, we've come a long way.
Exactly.
So,
the people in America, in most cases, I'm going to say most cases because there are exceptions, have no idea what the hell racism really is. So, but you want to see racism, go to a foreign country and see some of the shit like what's probably going on over in Ukraine right now. Go down to Africa and see some of the racism in there, like around South Africa.
South Africa.
Go down
white farmers.
Go down to South America.
White farmers.
Yeah. Go down to South America and see some of the shit they do down there.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, in Mexico they do this. They do a lot of racist shit and things. If you're American, you're a gringo.
Yes.
You know, and all those other things, and amongst many other things I won't repeat here.
Yeah.
So,
but we don't know how good we have it here.
Exactly. We need to get our head out of our ass and start focusing on shit that really matters. But people are so pampered in this country, they have no idea what the fuck is really out there. And pardon my language a little bit tonight. That gets me a little heated sometimes.
Yeah, well, we talked about that yesterday.
Especially when our dumbass, the guy sitting up there in the White House.
Well, I'm calling him Trump today. He totally flipped his lip.
That moron said he cut the national debt in half.
That's.
I wouldn't look to see like if he could maybe misunderstand and like, you know, there's pretty lines that you can see. I wouldn't look at that shit today. There ain't nothing even going that way. That is a flat out lie. But hey, by the way, you should go look at that stuff if you guys. I'll post some of the links after this. I was gonna post them earlier, but I wanted to hold off on them. You should look at our debt. It's kind of made me sick when I saw it today. It's pretty bad.
Really?
They even give you like a pictorial reference or like all these dots that represent billions. And there's a shit ton of dots, and then you can click like what our GDP is and everything else. Yeah, it's pretty sickening. It's absolutely disgusting.
Right.
Yep. So go ahead, keep going.
Treehouse, or it says Treehouse was drinking Martinelli sparkling grape juice. And then he says, without those trees, they're gonna have racist white golf balls flying through their windows.
Bah, the stupidity with the trees and racism. They may have been planted there for that, but they are just trees now, man. Yeah.
They're just trees.
I will say, though, those trees, man, they look nasty around those trees. If I did, that golf course did themselves a favor by getting rid of those either way.
Right.
Because I was looking at some of the pictures on the golf course side. Mm-hmm. They dropped so many fucking leaves all over the place. It looked nasty.
They look nasty.
Yeah, so they probably took them out mainly also because they just...
Trying to rake it up the leaves.
Yeah, it saved them some time.
Thank you. It's like shoveling snow in Alaska. Hey, give a shout out to Kelly in the hospital. We are praying for you, Kelly, for a speedy recovery. We love you.
Yes, awesome. So, Kelly, we're praying for you. Feel better.
Yep.
And in the Jesus name, I have his hands on you. So
All right.
I think the problem with everyone saying this is racist and that is racist, I think a lot of comments and thoughts actually come from stereotyping, but people call it racism. Yeah, I can agree with that.
Good point. Good point.
Stupid is,
But
stupid
I will say
does.
this. There are some stereotypes, you guys, that are true. Okay? I will...
I'm staring at you right now. See where we're going with this one.
I'm trying to be very careful with this. So there are certain strongholds in certain cultures that are specific to that culture.
Okay, I can see that.
So maybe maybe I have the wrong word. Maybe not stereotyping, but it's associated with a particular culture.
Maybe
I live in Alaska.
Is culture typing a word?
Culture typing. I don't know. But
It is now.
Let me give an example since I threw it out there.
Okay.
So I lived in Alaska for umpteen years, and I was a pastor up there. And one of the things in pastoring a small village, there's a lot of alcoholism. And alcoholism is prevalent in a certain demographic over a certain people because maybe tradition, maybe historical, maybe nature, nurture, whatever. But there's certain things and certain strongholds in certain areas that are specific to certain groups. If anybody wants to debate me on that, please do. But I know firsthand. So I don't go into it thinking they're lesser. I just know what some of the things that a particular group battles with.
Okay.
Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I don't know if that's I don't know if that's even stereotyping.
I don't think
but
it is.
I think it's just man, I don't know what the word is. I'm just gonna go culture typing because people are in a culture. It's a culture of what they are.
Yeah.
I mean, for example, we live out here in Estacada, and not everybody fits into that class, but most people out here like to drive trucks and
Yes.
they go out and hunt and fish. And
We associate. We draw associations to certain
Yeah,
groups.
yeah. Not everybody does, but I mean, obviously, but there's a big chunk of us out here that like to do all that type of stuff. You know.
That's true. That's
So-
true. We do it all the time. If you are and I actually hate this term, but if you're a redneck, then most likely you're associated to a Ford truck. You're associated to this.
I'm
this,
a
and this,
redneck
this.
every summer, man.
Which is a stereotype, I guess I would be. But you're red. I did try to have. He likes to think he's a redneck. You guys, he is not a redneck. Okay.
I'm a country boy.
No, just because he thinks
lives in a city.
Just because he drives a Ford truck does not make him a redneck. Okay. Anyway, that's a whole nother show. Okay.
Hey, no. I'm a redneck. I ain't a hillbilly.
There's a difference.
There's a difference.
Okay.
There's multiple classes of us out here. We got hillbilly. We got redneck. We got country boy. We got farmer. And I'm sure there's other ones out there.
Ooh, someone brings up a good point, brother.
Oh, what's that?
Show me any golf course in the populated area that doesn't have trees around it. That's a point. What do you think?
If you want to see what we're talking about, look up racist trees in California, and you'll find the golf course name. I forget what it was.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Tanzania Golf Course or something like that. Look it up, and I think it's in Palm Beach. And you'll pull it up on a map. Look overhead. Look at all the trees, and you can see where the big line, the trees they pulled out. Look at an article that has the trees in it, and you'll see the difference of what I'm talking about.
What else would they use for barriers for golf balls? I don't know.
Well, yeah, trees are fine, but the trees that they had, these trees were like,
Strategically placed.
You know what's even funnier?
Yeah.
The genetic, it's like where it actually comes from the genes and like the history of it, actually came from Africa. They're African trees originally.
They were African trees.
Well, but that's a different story.
Well, that's a whole nother spin.
But either way, what the whole point is that they're trees that are like they're much different than all the other trees. You can see they're very bushy like trees that kind of weep down and yeah. Anyways,
Okay.
they're weepy trees.
The weepy trees. Okay.
We are living in the idiocracy world. Watch out, we might get tattooed as being fugitive and criminals if we don't do what they want, LOL. Well, good luck with that one.
You read the next one, brother.
Speaking of which, how about a city turning off comments on videos to the public? Nothing says we value the opinion of the public we serve than shutting them up.
Cancel culture? Cancel culture, maybe? It says the ghost of Kiev was fake.
Oh,
the Russian tank that ran over the guy in the car. That's what I thought was a Ukraine tank. Most of the shit coming out is fake.
Well, I'm actually kind of curious if you can provide me the evidence behind being a Ukraine tank. I've seen a lot of split things on that one, and I looked up the model of the tank looked like, and it actually matches the same model of a Russian tanks. But that doesn't mean it is a Russian tank because they're so close. They may have the same models. So if you have something that actually shows that that's evidentiary as being a Ukraine tank versus Russian tank, please let me know. I'd like to post it up there so we can provide some actual factual information behind that because I'm seeing split on both sides. So.
Yeah. Brother, because they're coming in fast, why don't you hit some?
For some reason, the media is trying to get everyone to hate Russia and think Ukraine is full of superheroes.
We've often accused of...
Yeah, I'm not happy with Russia.
Huh?
I'm not happy with Russia anyways.
I'm not happy with Russia either.
Yeah, so
I'm not happy with Russia either. Well, there's all sorts of negative and positive stereotypes for every group of people in the world. Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, you know what? This next comment, they make a damn good point. So, I don't hate Russia or Russians. I just don't like Putin or any other world leader right now, for that matter, right now, but particularly our own. Yep. And so you actually got a point. The Russian people, I don't have a problem with them.
Well, of course not. Guess who's like rising up? The Russian people.
Yeah. So
he's kind of on an island by himself. Putin.
Yeah, Putin, and in some of his leadership. The Putin and the leadership that supports him, that's the people that I have a problem with.
Yeah.
So yeah, whoever sent that, good point. Thank you for putting it out there. It helps me to clarify that. So thank you. Yeah. So
That's why we need your comments, guys. It takes.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm definitely I'm wrong in places. So, but yeah,
Are you wrong?
I know what happens. It's rare.
No, was it a good time to go to break, or is that what you wanted?
We're almost there.
So we can have a discussion about this. Hey, I want to bring up something else since we have some more time here. Let me go back to my notes under the ridiculous. Okay. Fox News poll on Biden's approval. This is a Fox News poll on his rating. It says Fox News poll 56% said Biden had not been tough enough on Russia. 8% said he had been too tough, and 29% said that he had been about right. Among Democrats, 42% of respondents said they wanted Biden to be tougher, and 47% said his actions were about right.
That's because the 47% doesn't really understand what he's actually done. So here's a quick synopsis on this, okay?
Okay.
So any sanctions we do on Russia mean absolute jack shit unless China's involved.
Yep.
Because if they're not going to trade with us and China's still trading with them, then they're going to go to China and they can still get everything that we can provide just fine.
China.
Exactly. So unless Biden does something to force China to get on the same playing field, and it's not going to matter.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the actions that mattered is, like, for example, cutting them off from SWIFT. SWIFT is the international banking stuff, so that they don't have international monetary trading, and they can't do stuff like that. So that takes a solid swipe at them. Mm-hmm. Telling them you're not going to get access to technology. I think Putin probably laughed at that.
Yes.
Oh, that's like saying you're
Take a drink.
I honestly, that's like saying, hey, you can't get ice cream for dessert, but you can have cake.
But you can have. Ooh.
Oh, and while we're at it, we're also going to still buy oil from you.
Speaking of oil, why did we cut the Keystone Pipeline?
If we were still going with Keystone, then if we still had the Keystone there, we could completely cut off everything from Russia, and guess what? That would hurt them. That's like 600 million barrels or something like that.
But in his first day, Biden sat at his little desk and just blindly
the little desk.
Yeah, and blindly just debunked that. Put him back to. Can we turn this around?
Well, at any point when Biden gets his head out of if he ever gets his head out of his ass, I don't think he will. No. Then he allows us to start working the Keystone Pipeline again, which, by the way, is safer than buying it from Russia. It's easier impact on the environment, mm-hmm. because when you get it from Russia to other places, you have to ship it in by train. You have to bring it in by boat and all these other ways, which tend to have accidents way more often than pipelines. Pipelines are highly inspected and taken care of and sealed and maintained. And it is much safer to push it through a pipeline than it is to travel over the roads.
Brother, I hear you. Hey, we're gonna have a chance to actually dig into a little bit of his thing last night, whatever that was, after we come back from a pizza break. Right?
Ooh, yeah, pizza sounds kind of
Yes.
good.
So I want to tell you right now, Hitch and Post is one of our local pizza places in Estacada here. If you're from Sandy, if you're from all over the western part of Oregon, you should come to Estacada and totally hit this place up. Locals, you need to fill that place up. There's lots of things for kids to do, like play games, and my kid loves it, and I know for a fact my niece loves it, who is their daughter. So I really want you to be inspired to come down and to support this awesome lady named Val. Watch this.
Today, in other news, 100% think Biden is an idiot.
Breaking news!
Breaking news! Biden is an idiot.
If that's breaking news, I'm telling you what. Is that an epiphany?
It's breaking news to some people.
It's breaking news. Well, he said the economy's never been.
Well, the minute you sent Kamala Harris over to try to negotiate to stop a war, you lost in the first place.
Look, Kamala Harris.
Kamala
sitting next to Nancy Spumoni or Nancy Spelunky or what was it? Nasty Pelosi.
Nasty Pelosi.
Nasty Pelosi is what she said. Yes.
That was great. I love it.
I love it too. But look, I have a lot of takeaways from last night, and I know you do too. But I have to bring up some of the things that Sean Hannity said.
What you got?
Okay, and so, and this is on basically some of his take, and I want to get you guys' opinion on this. He says Hannity condemned Biden. Joel, leave the screen.
I didn't know it was a conflict. Okay. Hey, so we had some technical difficulties. It actually wasn't Facebook, and it was not YouTube. That was actually our own computer this time. I can't blame them when it wasn't them. Our computer, the program we streamed with had crashed.
Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, YouTube.
Yes, but our program crashed, and we had to restart the whole dang thing. So what we'll do is, this is the second half of the show, apparently.
Well, I'm so glad that you know so much about computers, man.
That's what I do for work, and what I try to figure out along the way.
Yeah, to get us right back into it, I want to tell you. So you don't want to tell you something about Broski here. He will call you up because he's excited about something on a computer, but he doesn't talk to you like he doesn't talk to you like you are the common man. He talks to you like you're a computer tech, and he will say all these large words to say keyboard. He'll say all these large words to say mouse. I'm like, bro, bring it down to the common man.
We talk about, I don't use more than like 2 or 3 syllables.
Oh, he tries to act like that, but really, his wife will even say he's a nerd.
I am a nerd.
And nerds are cool, just so you know. I'm a nerd. Everybody's a nerd. We're smart people.
Geeks rule the world, man.
Geeks rule the world. But you know it's also nerdy, because when we left off, we were talking about the speech last night.
Yes. Hence is why we thought they cut us.
That's why we thought they cut us. And we were answering some comments because I was watching Sean Hannity, and he had some pretty good breakdowns. And he said that Biden had played into Vladimir Putin's hands by reducing American reliance on Russian oil imports.
Yeah, he had completely. We are all nerds, apparently.
Yeah.
But the thing is, by cutting that option, it basically made us dependent on oil coming from Russia or the Middle East or anything else. And what I was saying, I don't know if it made it on before the cutoff, but if we built the Keystone Pipeline in there, And we still focused. If this is just for the people that may be arguing, oh, but we don't use up all our own resources, which that would take forever. But
Right.
if we don't want to use up all our own resources and try to use other countries' resources or whatever first, then we get that infrastructure in place. We build the pipeline. We run some through the pipeline, and we buy more from foreign. But if we're trying to control and reduce gas prices, which is a big issue right now, bringing that home to run through the Keystone Pipeline would actually help reduce those gas prices, so Americans can afford their fuel prices.
Yes. Yes.
But
What is gas right now?
It depends. I've seen it over $6 a gallon.
$6 a gallon.
Yeah, in some places, and or other places I've seen it still around 4 or something.
What was Biden's idea on how to bring that down? What did he say?
I don't remember.
Buy cheap, buy less, spend more. What was
it was something about how he's buying oil or something like that, or
yeah, it was something
negotiating better oil or something like that. Dude, pump it at home. We have it right here in the backyard. You know, it's a lot cheaper to get something out of your own backyard than to drive your ass down the road to go get it.
Yes. He actually, Hannity said he did not.
In most cases,
right. He said he felt like he did not do anything to reassure Americans that and to pretty much address our fears of crime in big cities, of inflation, and and he said it was seemingly written by a kid in kindergarten.
What's sad is he probably has a speechwriter, and then he goes back over with this crayon and fixes it.
But no, he's not addressing what we're dealing with at home as well.
Well, he thinks that American people are stupid.
Well, except for the fact that didn't he say that he did not he's not for defunding the police.
Oh, well, I think he mentioned something about how he wants to refund the police or
refund the police. Well, he's going to spend a lifetime doing that for those that want to come back to work.
Well, yeah, but that's only if they comply with getting a job in their ass, right?
Well, and he said something about that. Jobs have never been so abundant. After you told people to get the jab, it's like
we've had the greatest job comeback in history.
Woo! Because you told everybody.
Well, first of all,
they left.
You fired a shit ton of people. So that made jobs, and on top of that, we were just coming out of all the lockdowns he had in place, stopping the jobs. No shit, there's a bunch of jobs.
I know. It's like, what an opportunist for your own demise. It's like, what? Yeah. So
someone said he didn't have an idea. He was just rambling.
My dentures fell out.
Oh, that hair smells good.
You guys, thank you for sticking in with us through our computer kerfuffles. We still need your input.
He's going to sell it to us for cheaper price.
What was that?
He said he's going to sell it to us for cheaper price. They said.
Oh, he's going to sell it to us for cheaper price.
I'm going to hold that. By the way, if they're buying it at a higher price and selling it at a cheaper price, and you paying taxes, who's actually paying?
Who's actually paying?
The people. You're not paying cheaper prices. I don't know about you, but the American government is not a business that makes money and cause profit. They are well, first of all, they lose money every year.
Right.
They have since 2001, and but the thing that really gets me is they're going to buy it at higher prices and sell it for cheaper prices to us. But here's the thing: it's not going to cost you a dime.
It's not going to cost you a dime, you car salesman.
Oh, and the rich are going to pay. If anyone makes about $400,000 a year, they're going to pay more taxes. They're going to pay their fair share, even though they pay 1% of the country pays 40% of the taxes already.
He said that. Yes.
He didn't say that part. I said that part.
No. You said it.
The 1%. When he said he was talking about me.
I was thinking you said it. You said it. Yeah, that's pretty much the shakedown of last night. You got to watch it for yourself.
Watch it with the link. It's much funner.
Watch it with the link. Yes, you will just be. You know what? As much as we're promoting her, she better promote us. That's all I have to say. But do you think this, brother?
Yeah, what's that?
Do you think that the Russia-Ukraine, there's a lot of the left that are accusing us, the right, of stating something that's not true. They're saying that we're saying the Russia-Ukraine conflict was a good cover-up for the convoy.
Yes, we encourage Russia to start a war with Ukraine so we can cover up the convoy.
Yes.
That's the fucking stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
I've heard dumb things like that.
Yeah. You heard that?
Yeah. Do you remember back when someone tried to accuse me of using the fires for political gain?
Someone accused you. That's right.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I went and started fires.
You went
for political gain.
gain.
I'm like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Look, how does 2 and 2 make 4? Like, no, how does 2 and 2 make 6? I'm sorry, or 5, or whatever. It's like that doesn't even what? You apples and oranges.
I know.
Fires for political gain.
Start wars for to cover up convoys.
Convoys, but I haven't heard hide nor hair of them, like from them. All I heard. And I think you've heard.
There's been some stuff. Oh yeah, we had one of our previous guests, Jesse Lee, just went out from Troutdale with.
Did she go?
Yeah, who was it with? There's Freedom or things what they call him or something like that. The one with the gigantic flag.
Oh, the People's Convoy.
No. There's actually a place that she travels around with and goes and they do things in. It's like 40 feet by like 100 feet or something like that. The big flag.
Our producer just said it.
What is it?
Flag called Freedom.
The Pacific Northwest Convoy meeting up with the People's Convoy.
But I thought that the People's Convoy was already in Washington, D.C.
No. They're moving. There's some people that are already there.
Oh.
So basically, the way that the convoys are working, from what I understand, and I used to have a map. I don't think we have a map anymore. The way that it works is that they were going to have one. There's one main convoy that they were doing that was highly publicized, coming from California to Washington. But there were convoys before, just when they were just getting started in California, that were already in Washington in time for the State of the Union.
Uh-huh.
And there's some that were leaving later than the one from California. And they were all meeting, and there's going to be different stops along the way. They're going to try to catch up with them. Some are going to get there different times and join into the convoy that's there, and they're just going to kind of merge into one big convoy eventually in Washington. And think about it. If you have convoys that leave at different times, and stuff, when some truckers that can't stay had to go, you're getting new people in, and it keeps it going.
So the whole idea is
I don't know if that's really the rotation plan, but it sounds like a good idea to me.
Well, I have a question. Was the National Guard? I mean, this report says here from maybe 1 day before the address last night. It says the District of Columbia National Guard was activating 400 Guard members in the city Saturday in anticipation of the expected COVID-19 mandate protests. Is there a COVID-19 protest?
They're calling it what they want to call it, but it's about many more than just that. It's about gas prices. It's about the mandates. It's about the economy shit. It's about having a dumbass in the White House.
Did you say education already?
Education's on there. Border security.
Yes.
Dumbass in the White House.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say that already?
Mm-hmm. I like what they named it. They named it. I think the overall is the People's Convoy. Right?
Yeah, because it's a whole bunch of stuff they're representing.
It's for the people.
Yeah, like you said, like you said, it's like education and everything else, and then dumbass in the White House.
And a dumbass.
I just want to keep saying that.
Well, notice that they were anticipating that convoy to be anything but peaceful.
Yeah, and they made
Washington,
some. Yeah, exactly. But the people that are organizing have made some pretty good plans to make sure that they respect law enforcement, to be able to get through from emergency vehicles, that they're not actually going down into that area. They're keeping them on the bypass, which is basically going to lock grid that whole area, because that's where you grew up there,
I grew up there, yeah.
So that thing that what's it called again? The one that
the Beltway?
And it goes all the way around, right?
Yep, the Beltway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they're basically going to pretty much they're just going to block that thing down by having a rolling convoy on the actual Beltway.
And they're going to keep a lane open.
One lane open. So basically, everybody else traveling, including all the morons trying to get to their their like the Congress and all those guys, trying to get there. Good luck getting there, because the good luck your city and stuff and everything else. And it's because imagine have to take surface streets to get around all around Washington D.C.
There are a lot of surface streets, and it's clogged. It's clogged.
Exactly, and so they're gonna feel it. And it's just to make a point about, hey, we're not okay with this, and it's a peaceful protest.
Yes,
good way to do it.
You need to listen to us.
Exactly.
The one in Canada was Trudeau. Please come talk to us.
Yeah, and Trudeau.
Just come talk to us. Yes, just come talk to us. That's all. Talk to us.
I'm not listening.
Right. Ignorance.
Guys, dumbass again.
Yes.
All dumbasses in the world.
Yes, yes. Oh, someone said, did you read this part?
Oh, I haven't read it.
He said, I think it was referring to Biden. He didn't have an idea. He just rambled.
Yeah, I read that. Yeah.
Did you read that one?
Yeah. By the way, if you're watching, guys, we had since we had to restart the stream, we haven't got a chance to reshare it again. Please reshare it if you get a chance. So people that don't know that we were back up will know we're back up.
Oh, brother, there's one for you. And you heard him, right, guys? So please, do the laugh my ass off. Read that one. That's for you. That's for you.
Maybe I'm not updating on mine then.
You need to update it.
No, I don't know.
I want you to specifically read that one yourself.
Give me a minute.
I'll start you off. Laugh my ass off. That's all I'm going to say. Ready?
It's not updating on mine for some reason. You'll have to read it.
Right here.
Okay. LMA, laughing my ass off. You didn't even decide to run until after the fires. I know, we were there. Thank you.
Can you picture him running and starting fires anyway? Ow! Guess what I got in this table? I got it.
You found the first splinter. Congratulations, you won the prize.
It says you caused the fires for your own gain, and Luz just helped out for the attention.
Why are you getting all the updates? Oh, here you go. They probably came in.
Okay, I'm going to keep reading. Hope they don't lie and say it's another January 6th.
Yeah, they probably will.
Speaking of the truckers, right?
Yeah. Was it? Nasty Pelosi won't be able to get her coffee, so it's a Nasty Pelosi can't get her morning Java juice, and so she's going to be like, oh, it's an insurrection.
You know I hope I don't get in trouble for this, but I think one of the funniest parts of the insurrection is when someone went into, and I'm not advocating, but someone went into a person's office and put their feet up and took a selfie of their feet up on the desk, you know.
Yeah, by the way, what is with, I don't get this, what is with youth and people committing crimes and then taking the picture and putting it online?
It was a crime, by the way, but putting it online. But it's like,
whatever happened to, hey, when you commit a crime, you don't keep evidence of your crime.
But don't be giving criminals direction on how to be criminals. I want this.
Fair enough, but I mean,
if you're breaking into homes in Estacada, please get a selfie doing it.
Oh, fine, I guess you got a point, but I'm just like,
if you're breaking into homes in Estacada,
how far has
please take a selfie.
Honestly, how far has the thinking process and education in the country dropped?
When you try to take a selfie.
Of course, I guess I can't say much. Here's dumbasses eating laundry soap and shit.
Oh, wait a minute. That's so old.
Yeah,
that is so outdated. They don't eat tadpoles anymore. Tide Pods.
Tide Pods. But hey,
they've escalated that one.
Do you know what's not a dumbass thing that's finally got some intelligence?
What?
Letting people know you're a pissed off patriot.
You know what?
There's some really good ways to do that right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, by our pissed off patriot line, right?
Yes, you guys want to check that one out, right?
Exactly. So we actually are at a pissed off patriot line, and we got some cool stuff. We're developing more stuff. It's going to be coming out sooner than later, as soon as I stop spending time making cheesy videos. But it will be out there, I promise. Why don't you go check out and see what we got right now. Hey guys, back from that. Ooh.
Hey brother, I have one for you right now.
What you got?
Oh, but please check out that line, okay?
Yes, please do.
Awesome.
It's how we pay for this is when people buy stuff.
Yes.
And if people don't buy stuff, well, we'll still do the show, but it just makes me less happy.
But you know what? We want to be intentional too, because it takes you guys to make this show go.
Exactly.
So when you interact with us on the show, we've been told over and over to make sure that these things that you say get read. So first of all, Thank you for keeping it real, but keeping it real easy to read.
Think how boring it would be if I just had to talk to him.
Right? And he don't want. I talk to him every single day.
Yep.
He calls me. But it says they didn't expect violence. They want the uninformed to think it would be violent.
Damn straight.
Very good.
Yep.
Media.
But the uninformed are getting smaller and smaller because the informed are sharing their knowledge, and the uninformed are learning that knowledge, or something along those lines.
But I actually going to piggyback off of that, because I think the reason why this particular war that's happening right now is so there's so many people able to actually discuss it in an informed way is because of social media.
Yeah,
we see it in real time.
and social media is a much bigger thing now than it was back when the original Ukraine was happening too. So that might be why there's more people who have eyes on it and why it's a bigger deal, because less people were informed and less people understood it. Now that there's more information out there, it's easier access than ever before to information. More people are understanding and starting to see what's happening.
Yep.
Hell, I mean, there's videos of Russians firing rockets into neighborhoods and stuff.
You said something about that the other night. Remember
I
that?
shared the video. I shared the video. Yeah.
You shared the video, but you had some. What made you so upset about that?
They're firing on
You called me
civilians.
upset.
They're firing on civilians.
Yeah.
What the hell?
But I learned something from you in terms of, because you served. There's a point where a soldier becomes very unglued. Is when things like this happen.
Well, you fight soldiers. You don't fight and fire on civilians. That doesn't make you a soldier. That makes you a coward and makes you a murderer at that point.
That's the point I want to bring out.
So yeah, if you're a soldier, you fight other soldiers. You fight a war with people that are trained and equipped to do so, and they're there to actually fight you. Most of these people are just trying to live their lives, and you're firing fucking missiles into their apartment buildings and shit around their house and stuff. I mean, I get it. If there's like an anti-aircraft thing there or something, fine. I get them firing at that, because if Ukraine's stuffing that shit that close, that's on Ukraine.
Right.
But if they're just firing at random shit on the thing there and carelessly shooting at stuff, which that's what it looked like on the video, then fuck them.
You know what? Speaking of civilians, the Ukraine government issued out some guns to their civilians.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if we ever got invaded, what would happen with our
Take the guns! The first thing I'm coming for your guns!
They're going to take them. They issued out over 10,000 guns from the police were handing out guns.
Yes! Yes!
That's great.
They were. And actually last night, this is what threw me off, bro. During the address last night, I think Biden, didn't he say the president was in-house there during his State of the Union?
No. He said the ambassador was.
Oh, the ambassador was.
And that's who the lady was.
I went all day at work thinking, did he just say that?
No, he said the ambassador.
The ambassador, and then his wife gave the ambassador a hug.
Was that his wife? I couldn't know who it was.
That was his wife.
But that ambassador did not want to hug whoever that was. She was very standoffish.
That was his wife, because yes, that was Biden's wife.
Maybe she tried to sniff her or something. I don't know. Hey everyone! Thank you for all your prayers from Kelly. Kelly, thank you for watching. I hope you're feeling better. If you need anything, please reach out.
All
yes,
right.
that's so true. LOL.
Nasty. Okay, wait. Oh, we have to go all the way back up, brother. Where are you?
You actually hit the right one.
Oh, is that Nasty Pelosi?
If Nasty Pelosi?
Yeah. Okay. If Nasty Pelosi is happy, we all should be worried.
Yes.
She needs to go back to her ice cream in her refrigerator.
Or go back to her salon.
Oh, without a mask?
Oh, yes, without a mask. If you're so scared,
the virus stops with her.
Yeah. It's too bad she didn't get all the side effects that came from the jab, you know.
Oh goodness.
It's our house. Who would have thought? It's our house. Who would have thought we weren't allowed to go in and her a selfie at a desk? And get a selfie at a desk.
Oh, it's our house.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting it.
Oh, I get it. Yeah.
Why can't I go get a selfie of myself?
We the people.
Yes, but we still don't want to go in there, y'all.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of arguments on every side, and I get the points on many different sides.
Yeah.
And each argument, I mean, I take a different approach in different things. It's hard to have an overall opinion on it because there's a lot of different nuances of what happened.
There's so many nuances to January 6th.
Yeah, well, so when someone says, well, do you agree with the January 6th or the insurrection or whatever it is?
I can't answer that.
You have to ask me more specific because
Please.
That's like saying, do you agree with everything that happened in the Civil War?
Yes.
You agree with everything that happened in the Civil War?
Why not answer that? Yes, I can't answer that. There's
Exactly.
so many yeah.
Exactly. Or do you agree with World War One? Well, what part of it?
Yeah, it's too.
I mean, you got to be very specific about some of those things, and there's a lot of pieces to it.
Do I think that anybody should have lost their lives during that time?
Of course not.
Hell no.
So
no one should have lost their lives during that time.
Yep. Let's see.
Okay. Nasty dentures almost fell out during the address. It was when she stood up all giddy and creepy.
Yeah, I'm wondering. I feel like they were offering. Okay, if you stand up and clap, you're all going to get a cookie at the end of this.
You kept on saying that.
Cookies for everybody.
Oh wait! What was it? The zap. Do the zap.
Oh yeah. So like they're saying that I think they might have a 10,000 volt up their seat like this one. Ready?
Oh!
Ready? Here you go. Ready again.
Whoa! Yay!
It's a slow zapper.
Try it one more time. Woo! Do the wave.
Do the wave.
Go ahead, broski. What's the next one?
Let's see. It says, "What was up with Pelosi weird clap?"
Oh no, she always did that last year or not last year, but 2 years ago at Trump's.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. At Trump's midterm? Yes, it was.
Golf clap.
But she did it in his face. It was like a seal clap. It was. Yes. Oh, bro, the next one really gets bad for you. That's you can read the next one.
Oh my god.
That's
maybe trying to keep her boobs in place. No, you need duct tape for that one.
Oh goodness. Hey, I caught this last night. It says he also called Ukrainians the Iranian at one point.
Iranian.
He did. He did.
He's a dumbass.
Bro,
can't say it enough times. How do you know what is and what isn't media propaganda like the cardboard guns they handed out? What?
What?
There was a picture where the Ukrainians handed out cardboard guns and made it look like they were real guns.
Well, to answer when you're asking about propaganda and stuff, the best way to determine what is and is propaganda is you look for multiple different sources of actual news sources, and you do a comparison to see what one article may say A, one article may say B, and another article says C, but you look for the pieces that are all congruent in there, and then that's the thing you're most likely going to be true.
I normally do this too,
especially if they're coming from different sides.
Right. Well, in the land of Google, you can search different sources. I do all my sources. I check multiple sources.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. Is check different sources.
Yep.
And then find the commonalities of the information and see what keeps repeating itself.
Yep.
Now, if it's repeating itself,
bad game of telephone.
No, if it's the repeating itself where it's all the exact same line, that's don't take that. Look for the information written differently.
Right.
So that's how you know that's also how you know it's propaganda. Because if they're all saying the exact same thing, like I've seen many of the news videos where they use the exact same wordings and stuff.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, that's propaganda versus, yeah, that's actual information.
Right.
And you need to take one from different angles. So an independent news source, a leftist media source, a right media source. Take it from different places.
Did you just say leftist?
Leftist.
Because he always messes with me. I don't get my news from The View, y'all, but I like to watch The View for entertainment purposes. I like to watch it because I love to see the ladies go.
It's like a clown show.
It is just like a clown show. But I don't get my news from there, but I love to see what the leftist arguments are. That's just what you do.
Sitcom.
It's a sitcom.
What kind of Ukrainian would take a freaking hand? Someone handed me a cardboard gun. I'd slap him right there in the video.
A cardboard gun.
I'd slap him with it. What the hell is this?
You know what? I call that BS. You know why?
What's that?
You wouldn't do that, number one. But there is a project out there.
I would. If someone handed me a cardboard gun, I would damn sure slap him in the head with it.
You know what? He talks like that all the time, but he is a big teddy bear. But I call BS on that. And not only do I call BS, I call BS project on that.
BS project.
In fact, you guys need to check in.
Yeah. Didn't we just have something coming up with that?
We just had something come out from our breaking news. Here it goes. Breaking news. New BS project just came out
yesterday, featuring Brandy Lutke from Campfire Discussions.
I thought it was awesome.
Oh, it was great. It was absolutely great.
You gotta watch it, right?
Smooth like butter.
Smooth operator.
Yep. And so, hey, the best part about this whole thing is we call it the citizenship test because we actually asked them questions from the citizenship test.
Uh-huh.
Nothing political.
Yep,
It's a citizenship
nothing
test.
political.
I literally took the questions off there and we used some of those in there.
Yes.
And then we asked them questions like, you know, if there's a red house in Philadelphia and a blue house in
Wait,
Pennsylvania.
no, do it. I want you to do it with me. Go ahead.
If there's a red house in Philadelphia and there's a blue house in Pennsylvania, where's the White House?
In Maine? Duh, Washington, D.C.
Exactly. So we ask questions like that, okay? And I try to boost it. You know, we pay some money and you get advertised and it gets pushed out in front of people. I did that with the other two.
Uh-huh.
And they would not let me boost this one. And they said it violated the Facebook content. And
But
I even appealed it,
Uh-huh.
thinking that maybe they might watch at least a minute or two and see, okay, well, it's not what we think it is, because it says citizenship test on the title.
Uh-huh.
And that might have been the issue. I don't know, but they denied it.
Right.
But it's still getting lots of views. But please, take a minute, go on to our Facebook page and share that with everybody you know, because Facebook's not letting us share it. So now we're depending on you guys.
Yes. And another thing we're depending on you guys is we're going to do a viewer's choice show sometimes in the near future.
Yeah.
Right? Viewer's choice.
I think we actually set a date for that, didn't we?
Did we? I think we did set a date for that. But
I think it's at the end of the month, right?
The boss says the end of the month. So at the end of the month, at the end of March, we're going to do a viewer's choice. And this is the way it works. If you are online, would you please put your ideas out of what you think you want to talk about? But that means you also have to be present. So it's not like, okay, I'm going to give them something to talk about, but I'm not going to be there for it.
Yep.
So we're going to ask you viewer's choice. We're kind of putting ourselves out there for that. But it is...
That deadline for all the comments and recommendations is going to be the week before, right?
The week before. So it's the last week of the month, but you're going to put in your responses the week before. Because we want to be prepared for what you want to talk about. You're going to carry the conversation. I cannot wait, bro, until we're calling.
I just want to say thank you to the person that put this on here. It says, you are both the boss. Yes, I keep trying to tell him that, but he won't listen to me. We share the show.
You know what, though? He didn't shoot the sheriff. We share the show. I shot the sheriff. You don't even get it, do you?
But okay. I did not shoot the deputy.
But the tree did. The tree did. Okay. So, guest choice.
Oink fucking oink.
Oink fucking oink. And so at the end of the month, make sure the week before you put your ideas in. And we want to encourage, this is another way to also encourage people to watch, encourage you to participate, because you're the most important part for both Campfire Discussions and BWB. You are very important parts to our shows, okay?
Well, yeah, the show wouldn't exist without you guys. So we would definitely want to have you guys here. So,
yep.
So there's a couple things we had on here. We want to make sure that we always bring him back up. Dumbass Hunter Biden.
Oh, you have something on him.
Well, yes, I did actually put it in here because I spent more time putting the tree together, the tree video. I'm recording the trees.
I was going to say, you recorded the trees, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I still have to like transfer it from the camera into there and then add the beginning and end to it. I mean,
crazy. Every time he talks about talking things, I'm just going to say he's crazy, okay? Go ahead. Sorry.
You know, what he's not telling you is actually his idea to record the trees, but I just take the hit for
we're
it.
not supposed to be talking about that.
He's like, hey, you should go out to some trees and put the camera in the front of it and see what they have to say.
Oh, look, there's some people coming in here, but you better talk about Hunter.
Hunter Biden. Don't forget the stupid shit like his laptop that we got the information to, all the money that he got for being on the board in Ukraine, the chief prosecutor getting fired by Joe Biden threatening to fire basically threatening not to give him money if they didn't fire the prosecutor on television, on video, and still. You don't know you saw that?
No.
Joe Biden. How did you never see that? Joe Biden.
What? Wait, see?
Joe Biden on video said that Ukraine wasn't going to get $1 billion that was earmarked from the taxpayer money to give them the $1 billion. He was not going to get it unless he fired the prosecutor that was investigating Hunter Biden.
They got in trouble, or didn't Trump get in trouble for allegedly doing something like that?
Yeah, and he did it on on actual video.
There's video to see. Oh.
It's video,
Oh.
and maybe we'll pull it up for next round.
I
That's
think
that's
you
one of the ones.
better.
That's one of the ones I wanted to.
Well, that's why you brought up Hunter to me this week.
I wanted to bring that back up. And it's funny because it has to do with the Ukraine. He did that to the Ukraine. He threatened to withhold $1 billion that was approved by Congress.
Oh.
Had nothing to do with him. He was just there to deliver the money. He was there. Well, not physically handling.
Yeah,
it.
Trump got accused of that.
Yeah,
Of something
and
like that.
exactly what Trump got accused of, but he actually did
But actually,
on video.
uh-huh.
There's video evidence of it.
Well, they only caught part of it, so I don't know. No, it's true. It's wow.
Yeah, we'll have the video for next
Please
week.
show. Yes.
I'll dig it up and find it somewhere.
Yeah.
If someone happens to randomly stumble across that link before I do, feel free to send it to us.
Well, someone said here, and I don't know if has to do with yours, but it says if there is a picture associated with the story, do a reverse image search. Usually, it points us to the truth. Oh, okay. This is not in question. This is not associated with what you just said.
Oh, okay.
It's associated with doing your homework.
So, by the way, someone said you're so hilarious.
Who said that?
You're so hilarious.
Who said that? Oh,
I don't know.
Oink is all I have to say.
Yes, Ukraine is crooked as hell, by the way.
Oh, but that's only a good thing to come out of Russia taking Ukraine. Putin will have access to every
Tax everything,
Burisma. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you know what? I think they're trying to cover up. The reason why I want to bring this stuff back around, there's an election coming up at the end of the year, in November. There's an election.
Yeah.
And now's the time, I know, and we're coming up at the end of our time here, but now's the time to remember all of the shit for that they've done in the last couple of years, and then some. Remember all that shit. Put it all out there. The Clintons, the Hunter Biden, everything that Joe Biden's done, that your local governor has done, and all the leftists, everything that they've done. Now's the time to really keep that stuff fresh. Keep it fresh in your eyes. Keep it fresh in your neighbor's eyes. Keep all that on the table because there's an election coming up, and they're going to do everything they can to get it out of your minds. Keep that fresh.
I'm going to say this too. I am so, and I mean, you guys are going to probably hate me bringing this up a lot, but I'm going to say I am so glad that Black Americans are beginning to wake up as well. Because I happen to be Black, I know we don't bring it up, but I am so glad.
You're Black?
Right? I am so glad that Black Americans are, as a whole, are beginning to wake up to this.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Hence the lady that we saw last night. I'm so glad about that.
She's hilarious.
She's hilarious.
Yes.
She's hilarious.
Yes, but it's...
One more thing, though. Candace Owen got slammed, though.
Oh, really?
Did you hear? Well,
no, I haven't heard.
She got slammed because... Oh, yeah, time is up. But she
well,
got
that's
slammed because she said that we should invade Canada. Because of Trudeau's, tyrannical...
What was there more context to that? I have a feeling there's more context.
I looked it up online. I want you guys to look it up online too and see what that says. People are we're a live show. We're gonna always say stuff that is quotable. But really look at the context in which she said it.
Yeah, maybe we can look that up, and if we get a chance, maybe we'll try to do maybe a midweek response to it or something.
Okay.
By the way,
we do that.
He said you do.
You do. I said.
Hey, I do want to ask this to our viewers, and then we're going to end out here. We've been doing some random midweek videos and views and stuff. What do you guys think? Do you guys like them? Are they good for you? You want to see more of them? If you want to see more of them, let us know, and we'll try to do what we can.
Yeah.
So, but we're at the end of the show. Thank you guys for joining us. It's taco time.
It's taco time.
Taco time down at the Eagle Creek Saloon
In Estacada.
Eagle Creek Saloon. Taco time.
Taco time. And we want to see y'all down there.
Yeah, come on down and join us anytime you want. We usually go after the show pretty much every Wednesday.
Yeah.
So come
the
on.
First one down there, I'll buy you tacos.
Awesome.
Off of Joel's card.
Yeah, of course. Hey, thanks you guys so much for joining us, and we'll see you guys not just next week. We'll see you tomorrow for Campfire Discussions with Brandy.
Which is going to be a pig of a time.
It's going to be right there at the pig pen, right?
The pig pen. We call it the pig pen.
Oink fucking oink.
Oink.
It She has her own
Listen,
thing.
Brandy called me that night when we found out we were pigs.
Yes.
She said, "Oink, fucking oink." I hope she says it tomorrow night. It was hilarious.
She actually has a better one I like. I'm not going to use it though.
Okay. We don't want to start her thunder.
Oh, that's completely hers. I like hers.
Yeah. So see you tomorrow night.
See you tomorrow night, and see you next week, and see you throughout the week. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and then like, share, subscribe again, and then have the other person like, share, and subscribe next to you, and then have them in and pass it on that way.
But give their phone back.
Oh, also don't forget to watch the BS Project. Watch the
Yes.
and we'll post the tree video.
Racist trees.
The racist trees out.
Yep.
Okay, see you next week, guys.
Love you.
Doesn't end button.